Once again, I'd like to welcome y'all out to the doctor's office. I am the ear doctor, and today I have a very special guest. Let me say this. I first met this guest back in 1994 in math class at Morris Brown. He noticed I had a truck, so he made a proposal. He said, "Yo, Big, I see you got a truck. I need to get to DJ this gig at this club." And you know, now people say less. I was like, all right, let's make it happen. So we made it happen, and ever since we've been friends, or should I say brothers, ever since to this day. We've done multiple business ventures together, from selling Freaknik t-shirts to opening restaurants. Now he's a world-renowned celebrity DJ. He does. He's done the biggest weddings, from Atlanta housewives to world champion NBA players and everyone in between. So, ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for my brother, DJ Mark Battle.
Yeah, you made that sound good, bro. You made that sound good.
I mean, you've done a lot of stuff, and your credit needs to be given. You know what I'm saying?
It. I do.
And for one thing, I gotta say that I don't even think that I would be in this DJ business if it wasn't for you.
Man, don't say that.
It's true.
No, don't say that.
It's true. I mean, we used to make. When we had the pizza place, I used to make the mix CDs on some pause tape shit. And you know, I dabbled with it a little bit.
But yo, those some good pause tapes you used to make, though. You used to make some good pause tapes.
Yeah. I used to love that, man.
I'm mad the young people don't even know what pause tapes are. But yeah.
Let them know what a pause tape is real quick.
You would just take one song and put it on another tape, and then you would press pause on that tape. Then you would play another tape and pull one song off of that tape and put it on one tape, and then it'd be one big compilation.
Goodness. That was that was my mixtape days back in the day. But when I seen this brother DJing and tearing it down back in college, I was like, yo, this dude is nice. I mean, because you know a lot of DJs that spin music, but you were a real live entertainer, and I really appreciate being able to look at you bringing me into the clubs to see other DJs, to see how they got down. And throughout the years, later on, we're going to get into all that. First, let me start from the beginning. Tell me how you even got started DJing.
Oh, so I was about... I fell in love with it first when I was probably about 5 or 6 years old. My cousin took me to a park in downtown Brooklyn, and there was a DJ playing, and he was just playing break beats and stuff, and I was standing by the speaker just nodding my head, and I'll just never forget that. So there was a DJ that lived on the next corner from me. He's a few years older than me. He went to high school. He went to school with my sister. So
big up Sabrina.
Yes, he went to school with Sabrina, and he would let me play on his turntables, such as turntables. I actually did my first mixtape when I was about 6 years old. I wish somebody had this damn tape, because I was actually rhyming. And I remember, and he said it to me too. He was like, you was rhyming about a Happy Meal. He was like, and today my mama bought me a Happy Meal. And, yo, for real. And big shout out to DJ Biz. Like, he's to this day, he's one of my biggest mentors. He actually moved to Atlanta before I did, and now he's he's
oh, we not talking about Biz Mark.
No, he's DJ Biz. He's DJ Biz, and he owns Pseudo Lounge, and he owns 2 locations, and he got other business ventures. So him and his brother Mark, and them dudes, the best of brothers, they was whew. So I used to watch them and just be like, whew. And then we would go to the park, and Grandmaster Vic would DJ. Now Grandmaster Vic, I would see dudes, he would walk in like a superstar. Now this is just like a hood superstar. And he's tall, and he would walk in like what? Wouldn't carry no crates. Everybody was carrying his crates for him.
That's gangster.
And the matter of fact, he would walk in, everybody would carry, and I I might be wrong, but I remember somebody like would even put the first record on the turntables for him.
Wow.
And he would just walk up and put his headphones on and be like, "Woodum, woodum, woodum." Matter of fact, Irv Gotti talks about it on Drink Champs because we all remember like Grandmaster Vic would come up in there and be like, "Boom," where he would set it off and everybody be like, so
that's showmanship right there.
And that's one of the things that I learned from watching him is showmanship. I watched how you are an entertainer, like a DJ. Yeah, you could be a DJ, but you are an entertainer.
Yeah,
and everything what you do is about the showmanship and entertaining people, even down to the way that you dress, the way that you talk, the way that you walk into the building when you get there. Like I tell my guys that work with me, I'm like, yo, when we walk in there, we walking in there like Bad Boy in the 90s. and the young dudes don't get it, but I'm like, yo, this is how we walking in there like we bad, like yo.
Yeah.
And yeah, so that's how I got started.
Word, that's dope. And then, so you started DJ? Did you DJ clubs up in New York?
Yeah. So I started really DJing when I was 12, and I would take my allowance and I would just buy one single a week. And at the time, a single was $3.99.
You remember the first single you got?
I feel like the first single I bought, I feel like it was I feel like it was Nod Your Head to This. Remember Nod Your Head to This? Kings of Swing? Is it Kings of Swing?
Wow. Yeah. I'm gonna mess you up. The first record I bought was MC Shan.
Really?
MC Shan was the first.
With the album or the single?
The album.
Well, his first album with the bridge on it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that wasn't the first one I bought. I know that because that,
I think it was the single. I remember he was on a cover like this.
Cause
I think it was the single.
You talking about you was young.
Yeah, I was young. Because my sister was older and she always listened to WBLS and all that stuff and Power 99 in Philly. So I'm just sitting there in the next room listening like, yo, that's dope. Next thing you know, I was like, yo, I gotta go get a record.
Yeah, because you talking about Shan might have been like 84, 85, something like that.
I was young dude.
Yeah.
So we both was young.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Cause didn't Shan and LL Cool J come out around the same time?
Nah, I think LL came out first. It might be. We're gonna do the history on that, and we're gonna throw it on here and make sure we get that correct.
Absolutely.
But so you DJ'd a little bit in New York. Then what brought you here to ATL?
So my sister had moved here first, and I came to visit her for her birthday, and her birthday weekend was during Freaknik.
Oh.
I was 16 years old, and my sister lived on Peachtree Street.
Oh.
And
mind blown.
So then my cousin, he lived here too, and we rode around town, and he took me to the AU during Freaknik. Oh my God! I never seen so many pretty women, girls, whatever, all at the same time, and I never seen so many black people in one place where a fight didn't break out.
That's exactly what I say all the time. I came in 93 to Freaknik, and I was like, I'm going back 94.
Yeah, I never seen so many black people in one place where a fight didn't break out. And everybody was fairly friendly to each other.
Yeah.
And like I remember getting on a payphone calling my mother Collect and was like, yo, it was beautiful. Like I saw like 10,000 people all in the same place and it was all love.
And honeys was running up getting your number back
how
and you.
Like how you doing? Like for real. And
like,
I'm like, I'd never seen nothing like that before. So and then to hear a girl with a California accent. Like I'd never heard that before.
Yeah.
Oh shit, even a Mississippi accent. Like I never heard that before.
Yeah.
So that was different for me.
So you got here to Atlanta, you seen Freaknik, and how did you get engulfed in the whole entertainment business here in Atlanta?
Oh, so I guess I got engulfed in it through the DJing, like just through the DJing. So I actually knew my cousin had knew a promoter here already. So when I got here in August, I was already DJing in a club in August because my cousin knew a dude that was a promoter that heard me spin before. And that's how we ended up at the Garage.
Wow, the Garage. In case y'all don't know, the Garage is one of the premier clubs back in the 90s here in Atlanta.
Right. So that's how we ended up at the Garage, is because, you know, I knew somebody that he heard me spin before. And that's kind of how I got into the groove and everything. And then once you have that on your resume, then you got other clubs that want to hire you and stuff like that from that point on.
So, I mean, it was a whole different scene in the 90s. And I remember, you know, when we first connected in college, we both went to Morris Brown. And like I said, we met in math class and started going to the gigs and stuff. And it was the Garage, then took it to the Warehouse. So we formed, it was a club we formed at Morris Brown called the Tri-State Club. And we was like,
it was actually the Garage, but then we went to the casino.
The casino on Auburn Avenue. Yeah, the casino on Auburn Avenue. Started doing the Tri-State parties, which, whew,
Crazy.
If y'all don't know about this, if y'all was around here in the 90s, 94, 95 era, when these Tri-State parties came, it changed the game of parties.
It actually changed the game. And you know what? I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say
Talk
this.
that talk.
Nah, you know what? I'm gonna say this. It actually changed the game of the Atlanta club scene. And shout out to my business partner, Precise. Me and him. I mean, we changed the club scene, like for real, because I remember how the club scene was before. And I remember how we made the club scene. Like I remember we was the one doing VIP in the back, charging $50 for a college party. You know what I'm saying? Like at the Warehouse, we used to do $50 at a damn college party. You know what I'm saying?
And I couldn't go to a club at that back then and listen to hear a little bit of up north music.
And that was the point.
Yeah.
You know, that was the point. It was so many of us here, and it was like, yo, you would go to a club and you couldn't even hear, like, you wouldn't even hear nothing from up north. So that was part of the idea, and it worked.
Yeah, it definitely worked. And I mean, some of the people you brought down here to be able to see that. I mean, first starting off, we had Ludacris was hosting, DJing and hosting, one of them.
That was actually
Chris Lover.
Yeah, Chris Lover. That was later on though, like at the beginning, because remember Shaka Zulu was a host at the Atrium, and Shaka Zulu's Chris manager. He was on the radio at the time. But that was even later on too.
And the list of performers, I mean, you're talking about Jungle Brothers, you're talking about Mobb Deep, you're talking about Rakim, Big Daddy Kane,
M.O.P. Nori.
No, oh my God.
Yeah, right.
That story right there. We're gonna let y'all get when y'all get his book. Y'all gonna have to hear about that story. It's too good right here to give it up. But even that. I mean, you had. I was just ran into DJ Drama the other day, and just even bringing him on to do some parties, and then doing one of the Tri-State parties. We had
Drama did do one of the Tri-State parties. That's right.
He did the one at the Atrium.
He did.
He DJ'd in the one room.
And Trauma did too.
Trauma did?
Yeah, Trauma did one too. The one with Marley Marl.
Oh wow, that was at the Warehouse.
No, that was at the Atrium.
Man,
that's right. Trauma did one also.
Okay. For you who know, DJ Trauma is the DJ for Dave Chappelle right now. He's been, DJing with the Super Friends. Big up to him, Mars, and the whole crew and all that. So,
Mars did one too.
Mars did the one with Slick Rick.
Yep, with Slick Rick. And how we forgot about Slick Rick?
I know.
At the Tabernacle.
And Dress the Beatnik got up there in B-Box. Yeah, that was a crazy night too.
Yep.
So you got into the entertainment. You was doing the entertainment, and then later, how you go from entertainment to a pizza shop? How, Sway?
Yo, that was you guys. Because I'm all for a good investment. Like, yo, if you come at me with a good idea, regardless of what it might be, if it's a good idea, it's a good idea.
True.
Let's make it happen.
Yeah.
And that it wasn't my idea.
Yeah.
I mean, but it was not my idea.
Yeah.
Shit, us selling the Freaknik t-shirts wasn't my idea either.
Yes,
like he was like, yo, we about to sell these damn t-shirts. You want to get in? Yeah. And dude was selling us what? $24 for a dozen or something like that, like or something crazy. $30 for a dozen. Something.
Big up to Moot.
So we was like, "Yo, let's get it." And we was out there hustling damn t-shirts.
Me, you, and Zaki out there hustling t-shirts in the rain, selling Freaknik t-shirts. Like, yo, we give you a discount if they wet. Let's get it.
and made it work. And I actually have friends that I met hustling those t-shirts that I'm still friends with today.
Wow,
like crazy. Like real crazy.
So, and for those who don't know, we are actually while we were still in college, we opened up a pizza place called Son's Pizza. It was right in the middle of the AUC, right in the middle of Morehouse, Spelman, Clark, Morris Brown. And we didn't know what the hell we was doing.
Not at all.
We didn't know what we was doing, but we knew that students needed to eat.
If I knew what I know now.
Oh my goodness. And we had no mentors. We had nobody to help us.
We really didn't.
Help us and be like, yo, you should do it like this. Let me help y'all. Nobody. We just was throwing parties at the time, opening up a pizza place.
Try to open a sandwich place.
Try to open up a sandwich place. That's a whole nother story.
Yeah, that's another story because, I saw a dude and I almost hit him with a 2-piece. But that's another story.
I'm going to just give him a little bit. First of all, we was opening up a sandwich shop and somebody...
set it on fire.
Set it on fire because it was too close to their business, and they was like, they're not about to eat my food. So I was like, wow, that's gangster. But yeah, that's what happened. So we did the pizza place for a while, for about 3 years or something, and the whole area just went down. The projects got knocked down, the dorms got knocked down.
They tore down everything.
So it was like, all right, let's move to the next. Next thing you know, this dude hits me up and says, yo, I got a club. I was like, you got a what? He was like, I got a club calling it Shine. I'll go over here by MJQ, right across the street, this big ass building. This dude was like, yeah, this is it. I'm like, yo. So next thing you know, he goes from entertainment, DJ, entertainment, restaurant business to club owner. Let us know a little bit about this club.
Yo, that was actually, I could say now, that was like a panic moment.
Why you say that?
Because it was like, because after the restaurant, it was like, yo, what the hell am I gonna do now? Like, I'm used to making money, so or doing something.
Yeah.
Like, yo, what am I gonna do now? So ended up falling into that situation. It was a bad idea. It was a bad idea. The whole
another thing you ain't know shit about, but you knew
it was. No, I knew shit about it, but just the whole situation was a bad idea. Like it was it was a bad idea. If I known what I know now, I would have did some things differently.
If we did, all right. So you go from the club, and then next thing you do, you go underground for a minute. And then out of nowhere, you go back to your roots and you come out and submerge as one of the best luxury event DJs, wedding DJs, not just in Atlanta, but in the world. How does this happen?
So sometimes in order to see some things clearly, you need to take 2 steps back and see things clearly. So at the time, I wasn't seeing things clearly. So me going underground for a moment, I needed to see things clearly and get my life together and get focused on what I needed to do. So I noticed that a lot of people had unhealthy vices. And I fell out of love with the music and DJing and everything at the time, but I knew that was my healthy vice.
Yeah.
I knew that me playing music at the crib or in front of people was my healthy vice, because as well as I know that even what's messed up about this whole pandemic is that we feed off of people energy.
Yes.
We love to like be in front of people, rocking crowds,
Yeah.
them responding. I'm doing, hey, this is how I feel. This is the type of music I feel. Do you feel it too?
Yeah.
Like we're used to that.
It's a disconnection right now.
So it's a disconnection.
Yeah.
So I felt like there was I needed to get back into it. So at the time, the technology had changed and everything, but I really needed to get back into it. And you
Therapy.
know, yeah, for from a therapy standpoint. And I hooked up with Brand New.
DJ Brand New.
The horse guy.
The horseman.
The horse
The
brand.
black long
And
ranger.
you know, you don't even call it so Brand New no more. He go Brand New. Horse stables, like yo, for real.
Oh, big up Brand New,
For
man.
real. So, and he was like, yo, let's rock. So, you know, I'm going with him because the technology had changed. So I was trying to see what people was playing, how they was doing things, everything. So I'm hanging with him every day, you know, seeing where he going to with the clubs and everything, seeing what he's doing and everything. And I was like, oh, okay. And a friend of mine in New York had got married, and I saw what the wedding DJs did at his wedding, and I was like, yo, I could do that, and I could do that my way. And it's comfortable, and you know, I just started a family, so it was like, it's comfortable. I come home at a decent time, you know, it's nothing crazy going on. We could do this.
Yeah.
So, that's what I decided to do, and I built it from there. Somebody crashed into my car, totaled my car. The settlement came out to the exact dollar for all the equipment that I needed.
That's the most high.
That's
like
God. That's nothing but God.
It is.
That's nothing but God. Like, I mean, to the exact dollar. Even to the point where they sent me an extra CDJ by mistake.
Wow.
And I called the company and was like, yo, you ain't gonna mess up my blessings. Y'all better come get this damn thing. FedEx came to my door.
Word.
I gave it to FedEx. The company sent me a medium t-shirt. It was like, thank you for being honest.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you for being honest.
They should have been like, yo, keep that. That was
Yeah,
good.
thank you for being honest.
Yeah.
So, but I started from there and just built the website, built my catalog and everything, and was just like, and then I sent out a mass text message. Once I got everything up, I sent out a mass text message to everybody I knew and was like, hey, check out my website. And somebody hit me up like the next day and was like, hey, the Cobb County Sheriff's Department, they having a Christmas party. They need a DJ. Yo, fine, cool.
I'm back.
I'm back. I'm back.
So I don't want to give out the recipe, but what do you think makes you different from these other DJs when it comes to rocking those parties?
Me being able to read the crowd, and I'm better now at reading crowds than I was back in the 90s. And that also has to do with the career change that I had to do in that
The underground.
The underground. that has a lot to do with that.
Yeah.
Being able to watch people and know their reactions and things like that. And what I do is I try to create memories. And people will never remember what you did. They just remember how you made them feel.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to create memories in order to give you that feel. Like, yo, remember that time we went to that party and I just was like, I was feeling it up in there.
Yeah.
The same thing. So I try to create memories that way.
And you got a cockiness of a wrestler.
I got a cockiness of a wrestler.
When you get on the microphone, he's like, yo.
But that's the thing.
Yeah.
That's all part of
That's
it.
part of the showmanship.
That's all part of the show.
Yeah.
You got to walk up there and like you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Like nobody wants a DJ that's not confident. Like you could. It's just like a rapper. It's like a rapper that you could tell he ain't real. But then you got DMX get up there and you're like, yo. I feel what he's doing. When he get up there, he be like, you know what I mean? Like he get up there and be like, so it's the same thing. Like nobody wants that. Oh, he's scared. Like he's scared to talk on
Looking
the mic.
at the laptop the whole time.
He's standing at the laptop, hiding behind the laptop. Like hiding behind it and everything. Nobody can see him.
I hope they like my mixes.
Like, nah. Nobody wants that. You gotta That was another thing that I learned in that career, is that you have to tell yourself that you the shit, because if you don't tell yourself that you the shit, nobody else is gonna believe that you're the shit.
That's very true.
I used to go to work and tell myself I'm the sole controller of this universe.
So with that saying, you've done. I actually got to go DJ with you at the Essence Festival. We was right across from Kenny Burns and D Nice. And then we got to go to Colorado and do NFL players. Man, I mean, it's really something to be in front of these crowds.
Vail, Colorado was some different shit. Like I ain't never seen nothing like that before. You know what I'm saying?
A mountain, tall, high, miles, and it was like 7 miles in the sky.
It ain't just that. It was the level of what was going on. Like it wasn't just that we was high up there. We was in some place that, like, you know how like dudes say niggas in Paris?
Yeah.
Like we was niggas in Vail.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We was in some place where, you know, ordinary cats don't be at.
And I've seen you, in case people don't know. I mean, you've DJ'd on the side with Dougie Fresh. You've done weddings with Steve Harvey. You done who's some other? Drop some names a little bit.
I did Judge Mathis' daughter's wedding. I did quite a few NFL players, NBA players, weddings. But I noticed most of my clients are like, they're not the in the club people. You know, they're not the people. They're well off.
Yeah,
but they're not the in the club people.
They like to nod their head and, you know, why the music is.
No, they into music, but they're not the person that like you see popping bottles and all. You know what I'm saying? They're not them people. They're the
black elites.
Yeah, they not them people. They're like, yo, I know I got it. You know what I'm saying? They're not. Yeah, they're those.
You even had me on a episode of Atlanta Housewives when you did that wedding.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, what's the sister's name from Atlanta?
Eva and Mike. Yeah,
wow, that was a dope wedding too. So with all that said, you've been DJing. You still. This guy is an inventor. I mean, the guy comes up with so many great ideas and actually puts them down on paper to be like, I'm gonna get this done one day.
What
was you about to say?
No, I was about to say, and the patent has been approved. So you know, the invention and everything is people gonna see. Well, DJs, this is specifically for DJs, gonna see that real soon. Also,
nice. Now, okay, so 2020, Corona hits, COVID hits. What do you do during this period? How does it affect you?
So I learned years ago to plant my seeds before I get hungry. And so it was things that I already had in place that I was like, okay, I'm not gonna starve. My kids are gonna be good, everybody's gonna be good. So I did not work in front of people. Like the last gig I did was in March, the end of March. I didn't work in front of people from March to December. December. You know what I mean? So from March to December, I was at the house. Like I was
twiddling your thumbs.
I wasn't twiddling my thumbs because modern technology, you know, you're able to do some things. So but I was, you know, building my catalog. I realized that I wasn't really my catalog because I was feeling like it wasn't no new music out.
And it's a lot of music that you realize you don't play
that I never heard.
Yeah.
This music that came out 5 years ago that I'm like, yo, I ain't never heard.
Yeah.
Or somebody will say something to me and I'm like, who's that? And then I'll look them up and be like, yo, they first album came out in 2012.
Yeah.
Like what?
Yeah.
Or
we don't have time really, because when a DJ was going, you was like, all right, next gig. You never really had a lot of time.
It was different back in the days when you had to go to a record store.
Yeah.
And so you go to the record store and you knew, or the person at the record store would tell you like, yo, this is the hot record route right now. This is what everybody getting. Or it would be other DJs in there. This is what everybody's doing right now and everything.
Now you got digital record pools.
But you don't know what... You don't know what they're playing. You don't know, because you know we can't go off of the radio.
Yeah.
So you don't know what everybody's playing and stuff like that. So I'm like, yo, I really dug deep into my catalog because you know what I was feeling like?
What?
I was feeling like it wasn't no new R&B.
It hasn't been.
No, but it has.
I mean, but it ain't
No,
really.
it really
It
has.
seems like it ain't been hitting though. Like,
That's what I'm saying. It has, but it ain't. They don't play it on the radio.
you know what I think? It's because so many rappers started singing.
And they just singing in auto tunes and carrying on. Like,
That's why I'm like, yo, it's been some R&B on the rapping, like Drake and all them, but I ain't really hit. I really until SZA came out, and then I was like, okay, R&B is making a comeback. But other than that, I was like, where's R&B at?
so there are people that came out in the last 5 years that I'm like,
Yeah.
So I'm looking people up, and I'm like, yo, this person came out 6-7 years ago, and I'm just first time hearing of them.
Yeah.
You know,
And then it was like a new genre of what some would say trap soul.
it's trap soul. Then you know it's another genre too.
What?
It's depressing R&B.
Ugh. I can't.
Like
I don't want to
that-
be depressed.
It's like some suicide type
Oh,
shit.
you talking about like Extacion
No.
type?
He was on some rapper type shit. No,
But he was singing on some.
him. It's the white girl my daughter love. Billie Eilish.
Oh, word.
Yeah, Billie Eilish, and it's a whole genre of them.
Would we say Adele could fit in there too?
No, but the other dude that died, the OD'd, the young dude that OD'd off the plane.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. I forget his name.
Yeah. It's a
dude.
whole genre of them. So yeah, things have changed.
Yeah.
So I back to COVID. So when that hit, I was like, you know what? I need to get my stuff together. You know what I mean? Like, I'm talking about my life, stuff at home, my health, my children's health, and then I'm all for whatever makes you comfortable. And a lot of us get caught up not making ourselves comfortable because we'll say, oh, that costs too much, or just I don't know. We'll do things that are not comfortable just because I don't know.
So what do you just go out and buy it and be like, listen, I'm gonna make this money?
I mean, just whatever makes you comfortable, whatever makes you feel good. Like yo, if you another friend of mine, she was decorating and everything during COVID and everything, and she bought a chandelier, and I was like, yo, why you spend all that money on that chandelier? She was like, yo, because when I walk in my house and I look at it, she was just like, I just like it.
And with COVID, you're gonna see that bitch every day.
Right. And I'm like, yo, for real? Like, she was like, yo,
Yeah.
I just like it.
Yeah,
like,
people really fix their houses up over this
Yeah,
shit.
you're like, yo, so it's like whatever make you comfortable. Like, I've been working outside and trying to get my deck right and everything, and I'm like, yo, if I could sit out here in front of my fireplace, it's whatever makes me comfortable.
Yeah, true. So what do you see for 2020? What is it? 2022?
Oh, okay, 2022. We actually, the way things are looking right now, we got the 2021. People are booking for the end of the year right now. Like people are really like looking forward to things now, and really like, okay, so where ordinarily we booking for a year in advance, where now it's more like 6 months, where people are like booking now for the end of for the fall and the winter of 2021.
Okay.
So we're looking better. We're looking better as far as that goes.
Well, I got a couple out of the ordinary questions I want to ask you. Who would you say is the best to do it out of hip hop coming out of Queens? I mean, you got so many.
LL.
Not 50 Cent.
LL. Longevity.
Not Russell Simmons.
LL.
LL. Longevity. He's damn.
LL still relevant.
He's still relevant.
LL been relevant for 30 something years.
Since at 16, like
30 something years.
yeah.
He's been relevant for 30 something years.
He has done it, and he's still doing it.
That's what I'm saying. It's still relevant.
All right, and now here's another question. Who's one of the younger rappers you like? I'm gonna put out mine real quick.
Okay.
Two of mine is Joey Badass and ASAP Ferg. ASAP Ferg. I just love.
I like his energy.
His energy is off the hook.
I like his energy. So you know what's crazy?
Mm-hmm.
You say the younger rappers that come out, but then these dudes just came out. But yo, Conway the Machine.
Ooh, Griselda. Yes.
Benny the Butcher.
Benny the Butcher's a beast.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Like yo, and
Yeah.
they not young, but they
damn
knew
sure ain't
they
young.
knew it in the game. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
So, oh yeah.
You going with Griselda, rocking with Benny and Conway.
Yeah, Conway, boy, Conway be saying some real witty stuff, yo. He be like, and with the like, you be like, yo, he kills it.
Yeah. All right. So before we get you up out of here, I want to ask you this: what advice do you have for those trying to make it in the business, and something for the younger generation?
Don't do what everybody else is doing. Do whatever you do and do it your way. Because if you be basic, expect basic things. You wanna go above and beyond and do things not necessarily differently, but just do them your way.
Yeah.
Just do them your way.
Nothing new under the sun. It's just
Yeah.
about how you freak it.
It's about how you freak it. Do it your way. I noticed there's a lot of people that do things because they see someone else being successful with it. And you don't even realize that you could be way more successful by doing it your way. And you could have a lot of longevity by doing it your way. A lot of these old school rappers, right? So let's say like, I'll give you a great MF Doom, rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in
right?
peace.
He would sell out shows.
Yeah. No radio play. Nothing.
No radio play. I didn't even know
Not
he
even
was. I didn't even
videos.
know he was a dude from KMD till probably about a year or two ago.
Wow.
Maybe about a year or two ago. I didn't even know it was
That's
him.
crazy. Yeah.
He just did it. Sean Price.
Did it
Rest
his
in
way.
peace.
Yeah.
Another one.
Yeah.
He just did it his way, but Sean Price. I just wish he could have capitalized off of it better. Like, cause the dude's got a cult following.
That's what I'm saying, and like nowadays it's easier to have that cult following with the internet because you don't have to go to these labels, you don't have to go on the radio, you could just have your following.
And you could
on
just
social
do
media.
what you do.
Yeah.
What's the Tyler the Creator?
Yeah.
The dude. I remember watching the first. We ate the roach. But I was like, yo, he did what he did and he did it his way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
cult following. Like these dudes got, because you just do it your way and you can have longevity that way. Wu-Tang Clan, like all of them, they just did it differently. They did it their way, and they wasn't like, how many people do you know that have copied other people or was similar to other people and they like still around?
Nah.
Like still around doing shows and stuff like that. You look at DOS Effects and Lords of the Underground.
Riggedy Row.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you look at it and you're like, it's just not the longevity.
Yeah, it was almost like a gimmick.
Right. So a lot of, when you're younger, you are caught up in making fast, quick money and not realizing that long money is the way to go. Slow money is the way to go.
Yes,
Because
it is.
that means you can be able to make money for the rest of your life.
All right. Well, look at that. We running out. That's our time. Before we get you out of here, how can people contact you and possibly book you, see what you're doing, and then possibly cop that book later when it comes out?
So everything is One Sound and ENT on everything. That's One Sound and ENT on Instagram, Twitter, Pinterest, Facebook, YouTube,
Everything.
LinkedIn. Everything.
Black Planet.
Black Planet, MySpace, like like for real, like everything is One Sound and ENT on everything, and you can actually Google DJ Mark Battle or One Sound and ENT, and that's it. And that's it.
Well, my brother, thank you for coming through to the doctor's
office. Thank you for having me, my brother. You know I love you.
I love you too, man.
You know I love you too, brother. And it is what it is.
So this is the doctor's office. This is DJ Mark Battle. And make sure y'all follow this guy and see the wonderful things he's doing. Catch me next time as we bring in our next guest. And I tell you what, in the doctor's office, you're going to learn today. All right.
You're going to learn today.
Peace out.